if they got their eye on another structure that they want to move out there, then,
Really shows the significance of the historical aspects of it.
yeah.
If they don't want it.
It didn't even used to be red, that's.
Well, if we fix it up, I bet they take it. But I can't see doing that.
Yeah, I agree, that it's kind of cart before the horse, though, they kept up, I think it's that, and probably, like you said, it was the staffing, just hasn't been there, they all, school marshal, I understand a couple of them that.
And it was back during the time of the big bicentennial thing, in 1976, and it was
Historical.
a, yeah.
I'm just thinking out loud here, but what if you, and I told Jason, what if you built a bathroom, put a little visitor information center, behind glass, but you took the facade, the front facade of the Little Red Schoolhouse, somebody would have to take it apart, but then you put that on your bathroom, the front of your bathroom. And so you still have that look, but you also have a bathroom that's not, and it looks, it looks like a schoolhouse.
Or make your bathroom look like it.
Or you can build your bathroom the shape of it. I mean, there's lots of different things you can do to keep somewhat
Keep it alive.
significant, but, you can keep the sign, you can, or even put this, don't do that, and keep the sign and put it in above your little visitor info center, and put some pictures of it, and I think there's different ways. But if you get rid of it, I don't think two porta potties sitting on the side of the road is a good look either.
No, absolutely not.
So that probably needs to be.
You would need something like you see at the state parks or something, which is, just those simple, easy to clean and maintain, but they're still an enclosed place to be able to do what you need to on the side of the road.
I guess we could get a hold of the historical society and say, hey, what's your interest in this?
I don't think they already.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
never said they don't want it.
Okay,
Like I said, I just wanna know what the community feels. I have trouble judging that. That's-
I've talked to a few that they've got to spend any money, but it's not scientific survey. But I mean,
Well, I'd say, if you get, I don't think we made this a decision, I think we're just looking for direction, maybe I put it on the work session again, and write in the paper a little bit, again, I don't
Well,
want
I
to be
think
this
it'll
big
be
crazy
the
headline,
paper
but
and
just
stuff,
like,
and we'll have,
looking for feedback or input, I don't know.
if they want to fix her up, bring the money and we'll get her fixed up.
What are you looking at price if you put bathrooms out there
My,
versus?
if it was a simple
It's just-
bathroom,
yeah.
it would probably be, I only get about 30 probably,
That
you're
would
still
be
talking
bare
pretty good
minimum.
That's exactly
Glen
right.
Elders is
Glen
closer to
Elders
60.
Well, now we put one on the square and it's at 60.
60,000?
And it does have, I mean, it's a pretty nice one.
Yeah,
Plus ongoing maintenance.
so I'd say 30 to 60. I did see a really cool thing that the school has, it's kind of like a mobile bathroom, it's kind of neat. You could pull it on a trailer, we could use it other spots, but it wouldn't be up there all the time, but you could put, but. Actually, what it does.
We'll be in there when they're stealing.
So
Sorry, that was a side note.
So if we're looking at putting bathrooms up there, we're still looking at 50 to 60,000.
Probably.
So either way, we're gonna spend 50 to 60,000.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just a question of
personally,
where I would want to spend.
personally, a fan, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. I mean, again, it's really, it's not necessarily a park, it's really a rest area. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I mean, I've never taken, I don't take my kids up there, I'm not gonna go up there, so now we gotta maintain more bathrooms, and we don't even have good bathrooms in some of our other parks. So I think there's a solution, but I don't know if it's you could build like a nice surround and put, probably, I know porta potties aren't awesome, but I've seen it done, we've done it in a little park, if we couldn't afford to put a bathroom in there yet, we just put a nice, really high vinyl fence, concrete pad, kind of permanent, and you just park
Are
it in
the
there.
porta potties still up there? Do they keep
I
it
don't-
up there during?
they're not up there.
They're not up there now, but the farmer's market pays for those,
Right.
and the guy just never came, it's just part of his route, he never came and got them. But what I'm saying is you could make a permanent pad for them, they keep them, they come service them, and they're hidden, but at least there's bathroom facilities up there, and that's why I mentioned the trailer like the school got.
So they are still being utilized up there?
I don't know that right now, Ken, I just know that they have brought them in the
Well,
past.
I guess my thinking then is if they're not being used, then people must be going someplace else to restroom.
Well, there's a
And
convenience
if that's the case, then the only value that those restrooms have is to the farmer, people that go up to the farmer's market.
And there's restaurants across the street at
Yeah.
those businesses.
Yeah.
At the Sonic and the
Yeah,
Dairy
Sonic,
Queen,
Dairy
and a mile down the
Queen,
road,
Gates,
there's a 24-hour convenience store.
Yeah. I don't think people are going there to spend lots of time, they're going there to eat some lunch and then they're gone.
Yes.
And so, yeah,
I don't even
that
know
really
if
thinks,
they're
you know, it should be,
utilizing the bathroom when it's up
yeah,
there.
it'd be a prime spot for vandalism, that kind of stuff,
Yes.
so that's the only thing that would concern me about putting a lot of money.
So
into
then you
that.
get back to the other question, of how valuable really is a bathroom up there at that park?
I don't know if it's worth $60,000
Yeah.
expenditure.
Yes.
With facilities across the street,
Right.
down the road, there's filling stations and restaurants going each direction.
Oh, we've got, you know, ball field parking lots, and our restrooms are,
Dire
Dire
need,
need,
West
yeah.
Side Park that could use some more, I mean,
Yeah.
I just think that $50,000-$60,000 could be used in a lot of other places. Then this roadside park or the Little Red Schoolhouse is the charity that
That
nobody
we
wants.
just want to reserve so people can eat their lunch.
because I've actually had fun, I mean, you know, you drive west, I mean, where we at for track meet Smithson there, I mean, you saw all those little roadside stations, they're still there, they're kind of neat. And it was cool, they always had a nice bronze plaque, I meant to stop by and read them, but, you know, you can see like one was the center of Kansas one.
Right.
You know, so that you could do something like, I mean, I think that, yeah, that it's still a neat spot, you know, and to preserve it, and I don't know what the answer is again still, you know, that's the thing, but, you know, I think there's some options to still bring some validity to that area, but.
Well, you know, if we're going to be spending money on those kind of things, it'd be nice to spend it at the 4th Street Park, which we're in the process of rehabilitating, and then Chautauqua Park, where we want to get a new facility there for restrooms and meeting places. And I think, you know, if we're going to do something with our money, let's do something that's going to benefit a lot of people and areas of the town. Just my thoughts.
So, I'll let you guys just kind of what that's doing here the next couple of weeks, and I'll put it on the work session again, and, you know, hopefully we'll get some, I'm sure we'll get some citizen
We're going to have a
participation.
cage match.
But I appreciate the discussion, because it's one of those, it's hard to know.
And when you get the roadside park, like Matt said, and the Little Red Schoolhouse together, all this kind of, it's very emotional, as we've all, some of us have seen, you know, so.
Kent mentioned in the 1970s how popular it was. People in the 1970s, most adults, a lot of them went to one-room schoolhouses. Today, nobody has.
Yeah, things changed, the motoring public has changed since the 70s, and throwing the kids in the car, and gas 25 cents a gallon, you know, a lot of change. Okay, I think we have one last thing here this evening, the animal holding facility.
All right. Yeah. No. I'm gonna put it on that part.
It's like hard to put 2 porta potties on the back side.
Petting zoo. That was all.
They do few porta potties. It comes together.
Yep, it really comes together sometimes.
No Rottweilers or grizzly bears.
George Bishop.
So I guess, guys,
Generation of revenue.
Doug and I have talked about this, our new guy talked about this the last couple of months, and kind of how, you know, I know it's been some of the planning sessions we've had, just the discussions we've had, you know, it's kind of a big issue, and a valid issue for you as councilors, council members, and the mayor, the whole animal control issue, and I think we've got a good person in Doug, you know, taking that spot, and, you know, Chris retiring, and from what he brought it from, you know, to where Doug's at now. So kind of, you know, we got the license program, we've got the, I'd say, the backing of the council's part, you know, solving some of these loose animal issues. So kind of a key piece, I think, in that whole, that chain, of that kind of that approach is the ability to hold the animal, to, you know, make sure the owner picks it up and is responsibly taking it, or that the animal, that we're recouping our costs for picking up that loose animal, hopefully getting a little bit more pet owner responsibility. And right now, you know, obviously we use the veterinary facility, you know, we're very appreciative of that. It's been a good thing for us, but, you know, they're also a business in town. Some of those are their customers and some of that thing. So of course, they're going to be looking out for their customer, and we don't want to put them in a tough spot of saying, hey, no, you need to hold the animal, so we collect the impound fee, and we put some sort of penalty for letting the animal run loose, or whatever it is. And so we don't want to harm their business or that relationship. And again, we would still be using them for different aspects, obviously. But this is kind of more so we can have that holding facility. And again, we have to, before we can rehome the animal or take it to have that Need for Humanity or package action here in town or whatever it is, we have to at least hold the animal for 3 days to hopefully find the owner and let them get the animal. So we kind of need a spot that it can be hauled at. And the facility that we're kind of showing you guys today is kind of just an idea, kind of a concept of what it would take to meet the minimum requirements to get licensed and certified to be able to do that, so that we can have that holding area, so that we can better enforce our licensing and a loose animal. And I think that would actually naturally tighten it up. According to Doug, he doesn't really think we have a feral dog program or issue. We have a lot of loose dogs, but I think a lot of times just the owner gets home and lets the dogs out and they just kind of do their run around, and there's really no accountability for that. And that's where you can get into some trouble with different activities or people getting bit or whatever it is. So this would also help us we've been talking with Pet Connection, the owners there, because they've done some of these programs in some other towns. It's kind of a feral cat program where they're really do a really big push to spay and neuter a lot of animals. That kind of naturally over about probably a 2-ish year period naturally takes your population way down. And you can kind of more consistently do that. So again, we can catch them, hold them, make sure there's no owner before we release them. We notch their ear and do the business on them, and they're free to go. And kind of nature takes its course from there, and there's much less animals. They kind of naturally tone down, and that's probably where we really have the issue is more in the feral cat area. So kind of what we see this facility is that we're not tagging this as a shelter. We're not out there to kill animals or destroy animals. We would always work to find a home, or if we really can't find anything, it's a real problem animal, then we would truck it down this line, and I don't see that happening hardly ever. But that would be another outlet if they have a no big kill facility down there, and be similar to transporting a prisoner or something if we ever had to. But again, I don't see those types of things happening. I think this will be kind of that conduit, that link to be able to help us close that loop, to be able to enforce the ordinances that we have potentially, and kind of help solve the issue without putting anybody in a bad situation for the business owner. So I guess I just kind of wanted questions or thoughts or feedback, or I know, there's probably been discussions about this in the past and that.
I was on the Humane Society back when we were talking about this with Chris Jones. We did a lot of going around to other communities and talking to them about what's going on. And one consistent thing that these shelters that had been built said was, if you build it, they will come. Meaning, outlying communities will dump their dogs in your town, and all of a sudden, where you didn't have that big problem, now you do have a big problem because it's not a resource. So your confidence that it's hardly ever going to happen that we're going to have animals.
It might be wishful thinking.
It might be wishful
Yeah.
thinking.
Just the question that I would have is, are we gonna have more personnel expense by having to have someone out there at that facility to make sure the animals are all right, to feeding expense, that type of thing?
So our goal would
Are we
be,
gonna have to have our own veterinarian to make sure that that dog has its rabies shot? If it doesn't have its rabies shot, we take it out to the veterinarian, and, I mean,
yeah.
We're already paying for that already through the vets that we have.
I know.
I mean, and the storage and the boarding and the
I
feed and the
know,
whole
but
nine
my
yards.
question is, are we gonna have that,
In
or
addition
will
to-
we be incurring that expense at this facility?
I'd say on the personnel side, our goal would be for Doug to do that. I think he's got enough room in his day to be able to man that, because right now he's just chasing animals, put them in there, get out, he chases them again, puts them in there, that type of thing. So, because to meet the certification, it's not a lot of touches you have to have on them. I mean, you just gotta check them once in the morning, check them again at night. There's minimal heat that needs to be in there.
What about weekends, holidays, and vacation?
That would be our department.
Your department takes care of
Yeah, so that's just gonna be, yeah. So you could snowball, but on the flip side, we have nothing right now, so it is already a problem too. So the other thing too is, as far as the question about, the rabies thing, I think that's, again, we're already doing some of that stuff, but part of that is if we know who the owner is, he comes in once a year and say, hey, no, we gotta get this, we've already got the rabies shot, we need that paid back or whatever, So I think that would help actually bring some of those dollars back. So yeah, I mean, again, it's all theoretical, like Matt said, you could have.
Well, how would that work? if you had somebody's dog and hadn't had the rabies shot, so, okay, you've got it in custody, and so when's it gonna get a shot? You know, does the vet have to come and give it a shot at the facility? Or how do we know if we release it to him that it's gonna get a shot?
I don't know if Doug can even, I think Doug.
Well, the problem is right now is we don't have any way of checking that anyway. When we pick up a dog from wherever we pick up the dog at, we don't know if it has a license, we don't know if it has rabies shots, we don't know if it has distemper, we don't know anything about it. And we take it out to the vet and we drop it off. And generally, that's the last time we see it.
But how's
So I don't
that-
know what happens to it.
I guess my question is, how's that gonna change if it's out there and it still doesn't have its rabies shot and you release it to them? Is it gonna still get its rabies shot? Or how are we gonna know it's gonna get its rabies shot
Yeah, you
before?
wouldn't be able to release it until it had a shot one way or the other. But so how that would work, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think the goal, I don't know the exact.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I think that the goal is that we could at least control it.
Yes, sir.
Generally what happens is before a dog gets released, they have to bring in the shots and all that stuff and say we have them. I mean, that's how it's supposed to work.
We don't know that.
But
Just asking.